thing off. What thing?
Alright, so
Yes.
in English we read 1984 by George Orwell, and basically it's kind of, he created this concept called Orwellianism, where it's kind of like government surveillance and just kind of like invading personal life. I'm not sure if you guys have read 1984, but
God,
it was so long
years
ago.
Yeah, it was so
So
long ago.
looking into Orwellianism, we had to like find something that we see it in society today. So I thought I was looking at like American politics, and so I kind of like looked how corporations can use money to like overrule the opinions of voters. And I thought you guys would both be good people to interview because like military experience with the foundation, and
There you go.
also your experience working at the courthouse for the
Yes.
So I guess the first question is just very broad. So do you think American elections are fair, and if they are not, then how could it be tampered with?
Wow.
I think they're fair now. I mean, everything is at risk of cyber, security being hacked and everything. So I definitely think that that's a way they could do it. What do you think?
I guess I do think they're fair. Right now it's becoming a little bit questionable though.
And do you think corporations have an impact on how that elections are given?
Yeah, I do, because I think that some big companies, corporations, with their money, they fund so much of the for the politicians. I think big business is, and so to me that stems to the fact that they're going to be almost running the country the way they want to, because of their impact, because of the funds that they put into the political arena. Everything that they do seems to be based on that, and that determines how their products, their goods are sold, that kind of thing. So I think big business has a huge impact on it.
And do you think so you worked at the town of Wake Forest, have you seen how interactions between businesses, corporations, with like even local politicians, do you think that those businesses have a bigger impact on the local community than like voters?
I haven't seen it that much there. I think where I've seen it more is through the postal service, because I used to work for the post office. So I think there's a lot going on there that, as far as the funds that go into what we're doing, what we're supposed to be doing, the cost of the postage right now, all of that is based on some of the things that the PMG Postmaster General is doing, and it causes a bit of a problem.
And you think that's driven more by corporations rather than like the public?
I do, because of the fact that the PMG has his own business. He has his own company. So I think some of his processes are brought into the Postal Service. Yeah, I do. And in the past, we've always had PMGs that were from outside. They didn't come up through the Postal Service. We had one that was president of Coke. So
yeah. It could be like extrinsically motivated by the success of his company.
Exactly.
I think we, the situation with Sierra Delta.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It's a nonprofit that there's so many moving pieces, but the organization itself created more problems for itself. They brought me in because they don't do service dogs. They call them life buddies. It's more like an emotional support animal. They brought me in to help people that want to get a service dog. The problem is that they have a benefactor that he's their only one. He's their only benefactor. Yeah. So they can't make him mad. They can't do anything because then they just know he'll leave, which is what he did.
And then all their money's gone.
All their funding's gone.
Their funding is gone.
They can't help veterans, the way they wanted to. Now you got veterans that are displaced and can't get what they need because of that. So it just...
Kira, could you briefly describe what Canine Serving Vets does?
Canine Serving Vets is a service dog organization. I use that term loosely for us. We don't provide service dogs. We don't train service dogs. We help veterans find the right organization for them that fits with them financially, geographically, and what they need the dog to do.
And does Canine Serving Vets, does it rely on like government grants?
no, we would like that, but we would like to get some government grants. But right now we rely solely on donations, and it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
So we'd like to, but I do have to say since I moved here, the VA here works much better than the one where I am. That's an understatement. But I asked her what it would be very great if the VA could take over what we do. Because the VA prosthetics is the department that deals with us, because apparently they think our dogs are like wheelchairs or crutches.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So, but it would be, they don't want to deal with it. They don't, I tell people they don't know much about service dogs and they don't want to know. So if they had an organization like Canine Serving Vets that could be a wing off of them, they wouldn't have to deal with it. They would have all these people in the nonprofit to handle it. Hopefully.
So, it sounds like on a much, like when it's on a much smaller scale, it avoids corruption more than when you get in like higher level where it's kind of working to people please.
Yeah, and she was doing fundraising long before I did, and I've had people ask me. One girl was going to make a donation, and she said, I don't mean to be difficult, but I want to ask, can you tell me what percentage actually goes to helping the veteran?
Yeah.
I said, that's not being picky.
That's
It's your money. You want to know what happens, and because there's a lot of organizations out there that maybe like 20% is going to the veteran. They have so much overhead, and I have our website is done free. I paid $200 for it to be set up. They donate the time to do it. What we pay for is office supplies. We don't spend a lot of money on anything frivolous. So.
All right. Well, I think I've got what needed. I really appreciate.
Wow.
No,
that was fast.
That was great.
It didn't have to be some extensive interview.
It didn't have to be